Hi guys, today's education section is again based around nutrition, this time on a typical competition day. Now obviously a lot will depend on what time of day you're racing, whether you've got to get up and have breakfast, etc. But always leave enough time to eat prior to the competition, even if that involves making slightly different travelling arrangements, etc. But it does mean you get time to digest all your food properly. So the first thing is looking at pre-competition, around about 2 hours before your race is due to go, and again that may be difficult to ascertain. A high carb, low fat meal, for example, cereal, bread, boiled pasta, fruit juice, and possibly a milkshake or a fruit smoothie to start with. Fluids around about this time should be around about half a litre, so maybe a pint of fluid, just to help keep you hydrated. In the 2 hours leading up to the race, again, drinking regularly, little and often. Don't wait until you're thirsty, because if you do that, then it's too late. And also try not to gulp it down. Okay. Again, between a quarter and a half of litre, an hour, so quarter to a half a pint if you're still in the old imperial system like I am. Okay. In the last half an hour before you race, you might want to take a little bit of extra food on, a small snack of complex carbohydrates, okay, e.g. plain wholemeal biscuits. We have had a swimmer who's eaten a whole pack of Jaffa cakes, etc. before a race. Not a wise move. But in that half an hour, maybe a few mouthfuls of pasta, some dried fruit, but also remembering to continue just to sip from your water bottle. Okay. During the competition period itself, regular drinking just to continue, as we've said above earlier, so just to make sure that you do keep yourself hydrated, because as I said earlier, again, if you are thirsty, it's too late. All right. What you eat and when you eat will depend on when your race is, but in that last 30 minutes before you race, just drink. Okay, you don't need to take on board any extra fuel at that stage. All right. Up to an hour beforehand, okay, as I said earlier, complex carbs, plenty of fluids, but being careful not to overhydrate. Okay, you can use the colour of your urine to gauge whether you are hydrated or dehydrated. The more yellow it is, the less hydrated you are. All right. If it's clear, that's satisfactory for what we want in terms of your competition. And as going back earlier, 1 to 2 hours beforehand, a small low-fat, high-carb meal. The carbs help to fuel you for the exercise that you're going to be doing. Okay. Well, as well as that, after the competition, you've got a 15-minute period between or after each time you've swum to best help your body recover. All right. So in that first 15 minutes, a small carbohydrate snack, and then if the competition has been very, very intense, some protein to help rebuild your muscles, as we talked about in the last session. Okay, those three things: carbs to fuel, protein for rebuilding, and the vegetables obviously is what you need, your colour in there overall. And also the protein will help to replenish your glycogen stores, which is what helps to rebuild all your muscles. Okay. That first 15 minutes is crucial to your overall recovery. All right. As well as obviously your rest when you get home at the end of the day or back to the hotel if that's where you're staying. All right. An hour or so afterwards, you probably feel a little bit more like eating anyway, and then you just your normal eating habits that you will get onto. Okay. Tomorrow I'll submit something like this onto to the parents, but those few points well worth bearing in mind when you're eating at competition. And don't forget, when you're snacking, you don't want anything high sugar, because that will cause your blood sugar levels to peak and very quickly drop off again. So very often we will see swimmers who have just eaten a bag of jelly babies or something and suddenly find themselves not swimming well at all. All right, so those are just some basic guidelines. I hope you find them worthwhile. Thanks very much, and I'll see some of you tomorrow and some tonight.